Okie dokie. Let's put myself back to speaker view. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday's sit. Look at me up close and personal on the camera. It's Steph here, and yeah, we're here together today. Every Friday, 7 a.m. You can either come and join us live, or you can look at the YouTube links. I always send them out on Facebook and Instagram. But today, I'm actually going to ask you to stand. We're not going to do a sit today. We're going to do a stand. So all you need to be able to do is hear me. You don't need to be able to see me because I'll describe what it is that we're doing. But we're going to have a little bit of joy in moving our bodies and doing some mindful movement meditation. Inspired by the fact that this week I'm on a 5-day teacher training Qigong course, which is Tai Chi. And it has been absolutely fantastic. I feel radiant, joyous, full of energy, and can't wait to share what I've learned with my audience. I've been practicing Qigong for about 2 or 3 years since COVID. And now I am moving in and immersing myself in the Chinese 5 elements, which has got some real deep connections to mindfulness. It's amazing. So yeah, you don't need a lot of space to do this. Just find a space where you've got a little bit of room around you. So for instance, if you're able to sort of just helicopter your arms like this, that'll be enough. All right. So we're just going to start today's practice, and we'll be here for about 15 minutes. See if you're able to just bring your feet hip distance apart, your arms down by your sides. And all I'd like us to do is just bring that sense of stillness to the body, just to begin. And notice that I talk about a sense of stillness to the body, but really we're considering the external body, because internally there's always movement. The heart's beating, the blood's pumping, the lungs, the kidneys, the livers, they're all working. So there's still movement in there. The neurons in our brains are firing and wiring together as I speak to you and as you stand. But see if you're able just to bring a moment of awareness to the body. And then very gently, just start to feel your feet in the floor. Feel the connection of your heels to the ground. Noticing the weight through your feet. Maybe bringing your mind up through your ankles, shins and calves, knees and thighs, your hips, your torso, your shoulders, your neck. And then bring some awareness to your head, slowly and gently, the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, your face, your jaw. And just begin to notice if you're holding on anywhere. What I mean by that is that sometimes we're holding on either in our muscles, maybe our skeletal structure. Just see if you're able just to let go a little bit. Allow the jaw to sag, the neck to soften, the forehead to feel open. Just allowing your shoulders to slope away from your neck. Feeling the sensations in the tops of your arms, your lower arms, your wrists and hands. And just begin to notice where you can feel the body the most. Maybe pulsating, vibration, warmth, coolness. And it might be that this arises for you in several places. Just notice where that is for you today. Become curious of the fizziness in your body, the vibration, the tingling, the heat. Good. So very gently, slowly. I'd just like us to notice our knees and just bring some attention to our knees and just bring a really soft bend to them. So just so you know, we're not squatting, all right? We're not squatting here. We're just doing a nice soft bend. So they just move from straight to bend. And then notice if you've got an arch in your low back. And if you have, see if you're able just to bring the pelvis forward slightly. So soft knees, pelvis brought forward. So instead of being here, which we often are, just bringing that pelvis forward, soft knees. And then just for a moment, imagine your ears are spiked up like a cat. And your head is tall, but you're not overexerting it. And then bring some attention to your belly and allow that belly to be soft and beautiful. And if there's any pain or discomfort in that posture, just maybe soften the edges of that posture. If it's in the legs, for instance, just come up a little bit. And now finally, just make some space if you can under your armpits, allowing your arms just to come out slightly to the sides. And notice how that feels in the body, knowing that at any time you can come out of that posture. And if you do need to, just do that slowly, gently. Don't rush out of it. Nothing abrupt. And then I'm inviting you now just to slowly and gently, within the range of movement that's available to you, to bring your arms in front of the body, crossing over, one hand in front of the other, and allowing the arms to continue that crossover as they circle up towards the ceiling, but only as high as feels comfortable to you. You could stop kind of 75%. If you feel you can go a bit higher, go a bit higher. And then as the arms open out to the sides, slowly, gently drawing them down. When they get to shoulder height, turning the palms to face downwards and slowly lowering until we come back to the start where we cross over in front once again. Now this time, as you lift your arms in front of you, consider separating, parting the clouds. So it's about the intention. No need to force or push the movement in any way. Bring your mind to a place where you are parting the clouds. How would that feel through your arms? What does that do to the movement for you? Turning the palms down, finishing that movement all the way down to the floor, to the legs, sorry. Crossing over again and continuing at your own pace. If you don't want to go as fast as me, or you want to go faster than me, that's fine. Just do this at your own pace, but bring your mind, the intention, parting the clouds. It's a blue sky day. Having your eyes closed if you'd like to. It's a blue sky day. There's a few clouds up there, but we're parting the clouds, allowing the sun to peek through. Feeling the intention in the practice. And on that repetition that you're on now, coming back to standing posture. See if you're able to adjust the posture again. Space under the armpits, knees softly bent, hips tucked under, ears like a cat. Notice that posture. And notice your breathing just for a moment. Very good. Okay, so taking a moment now, if you're able to maintain that soft knee, soft, gentle approach to your posture, then see if you're able to maintain that. But remember, there's no forcing or pushing here. We're not trying to make something happen. We're not trying to cause any discomfort in the body. But very slowly, bringing the palms up, pinkies together, as if offering out, coming up towards the ceiling. Not too high, but just as high as feels comfortable to you. And then inverting the hands, knuckles to knuckles, almost creating a love heart. And taking the hands back down through the body, all the way down to the navel. Coming out to the sides, palms facing down, lifting up like a bird, lowering down towards the legs. Let's just try that again. Maintaining that posture just for a few moments. Coming up with the pinkies together as if offering forward, up towards the sun. Inverting the knuckles. Making a love heart shape, moving down through the body. Coming out to the sides like a bird. Lowering down. And back to the sides and going again. Now this time bringing intention to the movement. Noticing the arms, the hands. Forgetting really about the shapes that you're making, but more about the movement, the feel of the body. Bring attention and awareness to how it feels to move your body slowly and gently this way this morning. To the sides. And down. And always, if you want to keep your eyes closed, you can. One more repetition. Notice how that feels in your body. Notice where you can feel this movement, in your shoulders, your arms, your legs. Coming up. And just finishing in that final posture, coming back with the space under the armpits, tucking that pelvis under, readjusting the knees, ears like a cat, pointed up, and relax the neck. Just notice how that feels for you in that posture. Make any changes that you might need to. But also just become curious. For instance, if your knees are bent and your thighs are shaking, just become curious of that sensation. What does it feel like to feel that in the body, that energy, the energy that's moving around the body? Because that's what it is. If your legs are shaking in that bent knee posture, your arms are shaking in the open posture with the space under your armpits, is energy moving around the body. Very good. Okay, so just coming out of that posture now, just one final little exercise for us this morning. Just want to demonstrate to you what it does to our body and our energy when we move the way that our body is in a standing position. So just remembering this position that I showed you earlier, this standing posture. And what I'd like you to do is just bring your hands to your hips, if you like, or maybe arms folded, as if you've got a bit of an attitude. So you're waiting for somebody to pick you up or the bus to turn up, and it's late, it's 20 minutes late, got proper attitude on. You're like, why aren't they here? You know, you're thinking a bit angry, kind of arms are folded. Yeah, this is a bit annoying. Getting more annoying the more I stand here. And then just notice your breathing now. Notice if your breathing's changed to short, sharp, maybe it's in the chest. And then change that posture now to, and apologies to any of this kind of folk out there, but to a grumpy teenager. All right, so shoulders down, arms down. I've got the ump. I'm tired. Knees are kind of bent, all a little bit slack. And again, just notice your breathing. And also notice your mood. How does it make you feel to stand like that? And then gently come back. And let's finish in that open body posture. Let's practice that standing posture. So feet hip distance apart, everyone. Soften the knees gently. Tuck the hips underneath. No squeezing of the core. Okay, there's no squeezing of the core here. Allow space under the armpits. Ears like a cat, whatever that means to you. Chin slightly dipped. Noticing a neutral spine, but flexion in the spine. So remembering we normally stand with that rounded posture, Today we're encouraging flexion. Okay, so flexion here. So hips under, pelvis under, space under the armpits, flexion in the low back, ears like a cat. Hold that posture there for a second. Notice your breathing. Notice your mind. What's happening in your thoughts? Maybe just notice for a minute the difference between how it feels to stand in this standing posture versus how it felt earlier to stand with attitude or grumpiness. And as we come towards the end of the practice, just taking a moment to maybe just close the feet. And if you want to, you can just join me, bring your hands to your heart. And just say, in your own mind, your own mind's eye, thank you. Thank you for allowing this time this morning to wake the body up and learn more about mindful movement and how we can move our body with conscious awareness. And there's such huge benefits from that. So thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. See you all next Friday.